Hello everybody, this is Geek Master Jeff with the Counseling Geek blog. I'm here to bring you part 2 of the Google Docs or Google Drive video audio tutorial. Today we will be covering a very powerful tool that Google Docs brings you, the form function, as well as a brief look at the Excel or spreadsheet function, and then finally the drawing function, which we'll briefly cover. There's ways you can use it, but it's definitely a lesser used part of Google Docs. So let's get back over here. This is our Google Docs homepage that you will see. I created a few more tutorials here. They'll all be shared with everyone, so I'll post links to them so you can access them at any time to see what I've made. You can comment on them, mess around with them, feel free. I'll be checking in every once in a while to see if somebody had anything to say about them, but other than that, they're yours to use. Feel free to take what you need from them. So we're going to first talk about the form tutorial. This is a form. This is kind of the end result that you'll end up with for your data, and then here's your finished form that I'll be showing you how to make. So this is kind of what the end will look like. You can make it do different things that I'll talk about briefly here. So let's go ahead and we're going to go ahead and just create a new one. So remember to click your create button and go down here to form, and this will make a new form just like this. Let's see at the top, here's kind of your menu bar that you'll be utilizing. Got the add items. This is where you add your questions, what type of question you would like, or a page break or a new section to your form. There's also themes that you can use, which will load a new screen with different looks and kind of orientations that you can utilize in your different forms to kind of make it look pretty. And there's a whole bunch. There's 97 of them. So you can just pick one. For example, I'll just pick this one and use that just for an example. So here's what we'll just call this example form. This is a good place where you can put any type of supplemental instructions, anything that might you might want the user to know before they take this form or survey. So you can type that anything. This is just a practice survey type information there. You have already two pre-entered questions. You can delete, modify, or duplicate any question over here with these buttons when you're highlighting a question. So I'm just going to go ahead and delete these two just because I'm not going to use these. And then so what we're going to do here is we'll add a new, let's do a multiple choice. I feel like that's a pretty good one to try. Does this form function how we want it to? So you enter your question, like the title of the form. This help text area is to clarify any type of any questions that might come up you think might need a little more clarification from the question. You can type in here, pick one type of things, and then this down here you can change. Once you create a question, you can change the type of question it is, and then you can just enter yes, no, maybe. And then also down here you can add an other option, and they're able to answer their own question. So that's kind of what the multiple choice questions will look like. There's other questions on here that you'll be able to look at. Paragraph, check boxes, a grid, like a Likert scale, like a 1 through 5, 1 through 7. They're very customizable. You can change to whatever you're looking for, and it's pretty easy to use, and it's very powerful. You can create a lot of pre and post tests, parent surveys, all kinds. The options are endless. Up here where you see go to page based on answer. So if I click that, I can have see there's a pop-up here. It tells you questions work only on forms with multiple pages, so you need to create a new page, and you do that from this add item, and you say page break. and then you say, for example, I'll say yes answers, and then click done. And then down here I can add a new question, for example, a scale. I'll say blah blah, and any type of question you want, 1 through 5. I can change it through 1 through 10, and then make this a required question. And then, for example, if I want to go back here and edit this, I can say go to page based on answer. I can say go to yes answers, and then if I do have 2 different answers, I need to say either go to yes answers, or I probably should make a no answers page with other type of questions if you're going to be delineating based on their answers. So that's just another tool you can use in case you want to have targeted questions towards certain people who answer in certain ways. You can get as in-depth and complicated as you want. Just make sure when you're doing it, I would test the form before you send it out to people, so that it makes sure that it works how you want it to, because it'll take a little tweaking to make sure that it's going to the right page, that it's not going to pages you don't want it to. Just make sure you look at it and try it yourself. You can always delete answers from your data, and then just down here, the last type of thing, make this a required question. That just makes it so they can't move on without answering this question. So if there's a specific question that you want an answer from, make sure you tick that box. So you can add as many things as you want, change the theme, title, questions are up here. You can share it on Google Plus or other methods. For example, you can email, see responses. So up here is where you're going to get your summary, and it's really handy because it spits out a bunch of kind of nice, neat little graphs. The graphs aren't super intuitive. They don't really understand what you're asking them, but it's a basic kind of breakdown. This many people said yes, this many people said no, and I'll show you kind of just an example from the pre-filled form that I made earlier. So you can go back over here. You can also see the spreadsheet of what the answers look like, and who answered what, how many answers there were when they did it, and any other type of information you want to gather from your survey. Let's see, anything else? Just like always, you're automatically saved, so just make sure that you're, if you're wondering, you can always try to push it, and usually it's grayed out because it's automatically saved. You can edit the confirmation note, so you can make it say whatever you want. Thank you from your high school or middle school or college, whatever it might be. And then you can also offer the data results at the end, just like you can see in those graphs. You can have that pop up when they're done. If you want that to happen, just tick this box. If not, just leave it blank, and they'll just get this quick page with this response. Finally, before we kind of move on to the example, you can use the embed code, which you'll see this. If you have a blog or a website, you can copy and paste this. I'll show you. I have embedded it on the Counseling Geeks website on this post, so you'll be able to see how that works. This is a little more complicated. You will have to go into the HTML part of a post or your website to do that, and you can also, there'll probably be some edits you'll need to do in here. I'll show you kind of where. This part here, where it says width and height, that's going to be how big your form looks. So if you get it in your post or in your website and it's overlapping your boundaries, just edit these widths and heights to whatever you think it might fit. Usually 500 or 600 width is pretty typical. So just take a look at it. You should be able to know what widths you're working with, and then just tailor that to your site. And that'll kind of make sure everything's fitting and looking nice. Other than that, it's just a pretty easy copy and paste wherever you would like it in your HTML version of your post or website, and then just save it, and it should pop up rather simply and easily on your website. And then emailing it, you can email it to yourself, to other people, and then that's pretty simple. So we have our form. I'll just show you this really quick. So this is the one I made, excuse me, and I answered, I had different questions, like I said, the different pages, and then also a wrap-up question that everyone gets. So I'll see if I did get any response. I think I answered some myself. So this is kind of what it looks like. I just have 2 responses so far, just myself. If you would like to take this form and just see what other people are saying, just for fun, feel free to. It's on the website, and you can see this when you're done. I'll make sure that I open it and show you guys that when you're finished. So that's that. Here's what your data is going to look like with your question text at the top, any answers that you get, and then you can utilize this data too. You might want quantitative data, you might want more, I'm forgetting the word right now, quantitative or qualitative data. Depending on what you want, you might be able to do some statistical analysis on it, or you just might have to look at it and make some judgments and some generalizations based on what the text they enter. So that's that. The spreadsheet function, we're not going to cover too much because it's pretty much exactly like Excel. You'll have a spreadsheet that opens up just like this one, and you have cells that you can input. There's functions up here. There's data tools. You can sort, range. You can filter things once you get some data populated. You can also create a form from it. There's scripts in here. These are pretty handy if you're not really good at writing your forms, or there's specific things you want to look at. Check that out. I don't know too much about it. I haven't used that much. I'm typically more of an Excel type guy, and I haven't utilized this one as much, but it's there for you to use as well. We also have in the Google Docs and Drive, we also have the option to create a drawing, or kind of a free form kind of brainstorm or flow chart type of thing. So that's under here, the create and then drawing button. I've created one here, and I'll open that up. It looks kind of like this. You'll just start with this blank screen. None of this will be here. This blank screen that you can fill in with whatever you need. For example, I created just a very quick, very bare bones type of just example flow chart that you can create. There's a lot of different things that you can use. Posters, you can do demos, visual aids, anything that you think might be handy that will help people understand some of the kind of picture and visualize. It'll help you explain directions, and there's a ton of different tools that you can use. There's drawing tools up here, shapes, tons of different shapes that you can use in here. Different if you want to kind of do it like a math or here's some more flowchart stuff. There's specifics, if you're really into flowcharts, there are specific shapes that mean different things, but that's up to you. There's also text boxes. You can insert images, put a background. You can link to things. For example, if I wanted to, let's see if I can get this going, maybe not. But if I had highlighted a text or a shape, I could insert a hyperlink, so when I click on it, it'll open up a new page. Up here, there's comments, there's sharing options. None of this should be new if you've watched my other links, other videos on Google Docs before, but I just wanted to offer this stuff to you before we finish off the Google Docs tutorial. So give it a try, see what happens. If you have any good ideas or any cool examples that you've made, please share them with me. I'd love to hear back from you. Just have fun with it. Other than that, I think that's pretty much it for the Google Docs to Google Drive tutorial. I will be coming back with some more specific examples a little later, and I am also looking for people that are interested in giving me some questions or some ideas on what you might like to see based on what you're going through in your counseling program or some needs that your students might have. Okay, so please feel free, tweet me, tell me what you're looking for, and I will make my best effort to find good, solid information to pass on to you. You can also follow me on Google+. I just kind of Google the Counseling Geek, and it should have a page up here. I post many updates from the site, and then also just other interesting links that I think you might be interested in knowing about. Other than that, I think that's pretty much it. I hope to collaborate with you soon. I hope that this was helpful. If not, I'm sorry for wasting 12 minutes of your time, but I think that I do have some valuable stuff to share with you. So hear from you next time. Keep an eye out for the more specifics to come, and yeah, we'll see you around the blog sphere.